Very good morning, students. Welcome back to second year physics. So now let us will move to the next practicals, because already two practicals are finished. One is related to vernier, one more related to screw gauge. Of course, these two are finished. See, now let us will move to the next one, that is about a simple pendulum. See, by using a simple pendulum, we need to find a acceleration due to gravity at a given place. Of course, this question is there in the first year intermediate. To find a time period of a simple pendulum, we know time period is equal to T is equal to 2 pi into root over L by G. Time period of simple pendulum, that is T is equal to 2 pi into root over L by G is the time period of simple pendulum. So let us actually, by using a simple pendulum, see at a given a place, now we need to find a acceleration due to gravity. This is the aim. The given question or given aim is, say now we need to find the acceleration due to gravity at a given a place. That means now we are doing in the lab. In the college we are doing at this place. Now we need to find the acceleration due to gravity, and as well as find the percentage error in the measurement of acceleration due to gravity. Of course, everyone you remember, acceleration due to gravity actually on the earth surfaces changes from place to place. That means here average value you are taking G is equal to 9.8. Of course, here you write the G value on the earth surfaces, it is 9.8 meter per second square. It is average value it is, but I don't know at this place, at this moment, at a given this place, now we need to find the acceleration due to gravity, that is a small g. Then after getting small g is asking percentage change error in the measurement. That being here the percentage change in the error in the measurement is, we can say g minus g dash by g, that is the percentage change delta g by g into 100, that is equal to, we say g minus g dash by g into 100. Of course, we know G value. Now we are finding what? G dash, where we need to find. See, by using which experiment? By using a simple pendulum. See, for this experiment actually we require a apparatus, or we require a here it is, we require what? Actually we require a thread. Of course, thread is, and one stand. This stand is a retard stand, and rubber cock, and there a barb. It is a heavy point suspension. Heavy point mass is suspended from the thread, and when there is a 1 meter scale is required, all right, and as well as we require a stop clock. This is the stop clock. So now here we need to find, actually let us, acceleration due to gravity at a given a place. No, now let us, I want to say about a tabular form first of all. See here the tabular form. Here we should take a serial number is 1, length of the pendulum, and the time of 20 oscillations. Time of 20 oscillations, trial 1. That means here first trial we have to take, then the trial 2 we should take, then after that trial 1 and trial 2 take an average, mean value will get. Then after capital T for 20 oscillations, because this time x plus y, the average will give the, it is actually small t is equal to, we can say x plus y. X plus y by 2 is equal to small t. Therefore, capital T is equal to small t by 20 oscillations. That each and every time we need to get capital T, because a time period it is. Then after that t square. Then after that L by t square. That means length of the pendulum divided by t square will get the constant. So we will see. First of all, here. So we need to get a acceleration due to gravity at a given a place. No, then in this formula, better you squaring on both sides. Then what happens? It is t square is equal to 4 pi square into L by G. So here you write as a G dash, because now we are finding a G dash is equal to 4 pi square into L by T square. Of course, so this we can say G dash. So that acceleration due to gravity, right now at this place we are finding the acceleration due to gravity by this instrument. Now let us here 4 is the number, pi is we know, pi square value we know, pi is 3.14. Here you write 3.14. Of course it is a pi square, no, then 3.14 whole square. Approximately we may get the 9.8 this value. L is nothing but a length of the pendulum. T square, however we are finding the T square also. Now here, we'll start the experiment, how to get these values. First of all, length of the pendulum. Actually I want to say the length of the pendulum is nothing but a, here you look at the diagram. In this length of the pendulum is nothing but a, it is the point of suspension. This the bob is suspended from the rigid support, or you say from the cork, rubber cork it is suspended, so that it is a point of suspension. This we can call point of suspension until the end. Here we should take like this by using anyone keep like this, okay, and you measure the length by using a scale. See, here we should take a scale and we should measure the length till like this, till like this, and here up to this point, till the point of suspension. Here we should note the reading. Look at, so that reading is nothing but a you say, it's not only length of the pendulum, from the point of suspension to till end of the bob we are taking. Length of the pendulum is nothing but a till the center, I mean to say till the center only. That mean here the length will be, length of the pendulum will be up to center only. Center of the bob, the point of suspension to center of the bob is nothing but a length of the pendulum. Now here what we have to do, first of all we should measure till the end, that we can say capital E. Then here length we can write as like this, length of the pendulum is equal to, you write as is equal to a minus a small r. Sir, what is a small r? Small r is nothing but a radius of the bob. Of course, radius of the bob we can get by using a, in the previous I told you about a vernier, right? So that we can get by using a vernier. Of course we know vernier tabular form. So that by using that vernier tabular or vernier scale, see we need to find a radius of the bob. So that on average radius of the bob we should write for here a minus r every time. Suppose now I want to say length of the pendulum, no, then you need to get every time the length we should measure till the end. Suppose this right away is given, suppose I am telling now the length will be, here it is the some 35 length is I was taken here, here is taken is length is 36 centimeter. So that 36 centimeter till end of the bob, no, end of the bob, so that we can say it is a A. What is mean by length of the pendulum? Length of the pendulum is nothing but a from the point of suspension to center of the bob. So for that purpose we should know the radius of the bob. Then we should get a radius of the bob by using a vernier. Of course, at that I will tell you the R value. See, now come to the point is, now we need to start an experiment. Before going to an experiment, in this once you look at length of the pendulum, now we know here time of 20 oscillation by using a stop clock. Here by using a stop clock we need to count a 20 oscillations. For 20 oscillations, here first trial one, here we should write a time for one length. For one length I am telling, for one length, suppose you pull a pendulum like this and you release it. Therefore the pendulum is making an oscillations, no. So here it is, I will tell you one thing, it is actually we can call as the mean position, and it is pulled aside, no, this is one extreme, and it is released at one extreme, it is released. Actually this pendulum is making an angle theta with the vertical position, and it is released. Now you released, therefore it goes on another extreme, right, and again it comes to mean, and again it comes to another extreme. That means started from this extreme, no, and it is moves to one extreme, then again it comes to the same extreme, then we can call as a one oscillation. That we can call time taken to complete a one oscillation. This is we can call time period. That's what here, this is the very important. Suppose if I leave like this, therefore you pull a side and release it, then it goes and comes like this. Now you count, start the count, so that you can, we can say it is pulled aside and released. Therefore you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this we can take the count. See, for 20 oscillation we should note the time by using a stop clock. Here is the stop clock is there. By using this, we need to find a 20, for 20 oscillations time we should note. Like that, we should repeat the 2 times for the same length. That's what trial 1 and trial 2. We may get different little changes we may get. So that average you take, then we'll get the time it is. That is, we can say time it is, time taken to complete. Therefore, after that, for 20 oscillations we are taking, no. Therefore, you say capital T is equal to this time by 20 oscillations. Every time you do like that. Then after getting capital T, here you write a T square value also. Then after that, L by T square. After knowing L by T square, come here. L by T square is there, no? This L by T square, here you substitute the L by T square. For each and every value of L by T square, you need to find the acceleration due to gravity, small g. See, suppose you are taking a 4 or 5 readings. For 4 and 5 readings, here for each and every reading, that small g dash we need to find. Then after knowing the g dash, here you substitute the percentage error. How much we are getting the error? Because the average value we know, and here at this place, acceleration due to gravity we are finding, then substitute here, we will get the percentage error. How much is error is there? For the true value as per the measured value, that we can call as the error. Error we can say, how much error is there? Is it okay now? Let us. We'll move to the experiment. How to do this? I'll show you 1 or 2 readings. Then after that, we need to draw a graph also. I'll tell you that graph, how to take the graph also. Okay? That is about a determination of a acceleration due to gravity at a given a place. Here. Now we are using the bob, no? This bob radius, the average radius of the bob is, you write here, the radius of the bob, that is, see, that R is equal to, average value is equal to, you say 1 centimeter, which we are using. By using a vernier it is, we are calculated the value by using a vernier. Of course, you know vernier. So that by using that, here the radius of the bob is we know. Now we are taking the length of the pendulum, no? Suppose, if you are taking the length of the pendulum is, suppose by using this scale, no? Suppose if I use this, see, suppose I am taking now, the length will be by using this, clear, 51 centimeter if I take. So the 51 centimeter from the rigid support or from the support to till the end. See, every time we should take like this only, because we cannot measure the till the center of the bob, no? Length of the pendulum is the center of the pendulum only. See, the distance between the point of suspension to center of the pendulum we can call as the length of the pendulum. Now, here we know radius of the bob, no? So that you take a till end. That is, now I am taking the length of the pendulum, that is a value, first time I am taking here 51 here. If I take a 51, therefore serial number 1 you write, okay, serial number 1 you write, that is about a length we are taking. How much we are taking length is, you say here it is clear. So 1 you say L is equal to I mean to say 51 I am taking. Radius of the pendulum is, radius of the bob is how much is there? You say it is 1. See, every time you need to subtract a 1 value. That's what you go like this. Now we know length of the pendulum. So let us, now we want to start the oscillations. Now we need to find the time period. For 20 oscillations every time we should take. We should note down the time. For trial 1 we should note down the time of 20 oscillations. That's what, now I am starting the experiment, like we can take like this. Right? Let us, this is the stop clock is there. So now it is a mean position. Now you pull it one side and release it. Say while you are starting the counting, then you start the stop clock. Clear? After end of the 20 oscillation, then again you stop the clock. Okay. Now let us 1. Now I am started this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17, 18, 19, 20. Then you stop this. Then we'll get the time. That time we need to note down for first trial. See, here the time is showing 29 seconds. For 20 oscillations, the given length of the pendulum is how much is there here? The pendulum length is, we can say, length of the pendulum, we can say 50 centimeter we are taking. This is the first reading. And for same length, for same 50 length only, we have to take the second reading. Second trial also we need to do. Say again, you pull a side and you release it. Then you start. Again you start, like the counting also same. We should repeat it. Up to 20 oscillations. See again, after completing the 20 oscillation, then note down the time. That is, you stop it and note down the time. Again it is almost we are getting the same time because the length is same, no? This is about a what? Here it is about a for 20 oscillation. Now here we need to find x plus y by 2 is equal to small t. Here you do like this, that is x plus y, no? Then therefore, first reading I am telling x plus y by 2 is equal to small t. 29 plus 29 by 2 is equal to t. So that 29 plus 29 is nothing but it is 8 and it is 58 by 2 is equal to t. So that it is 29 will get in. So average value is 29 we are getting. So that after 29 we should know capital T. Capital T is nothing but a small t by 20 oscillations. So that 29 by 20, here you take this 29 by 20 approximately we are getting the value is, it is 1.45 it is. This is the value. And we need to find a t square, no? Then 1.45 whole square you take. So that if I take a t square it may be 2.102. Then L by t square, that L value we know, length of the pendulum is 50 by 2.102. Here you get the value is approximately 23.78 is the answer. This is for what? For a one length. See, for a one length, length is how much we are taking? 50 is the one length. Now you go for the second length. Suppose if I want to say some 10 centimeter, now I am increasing. See, the length is increasing 10 centimeters. You remove this and you need to increase the length. Suppose you take as the some 10 centimeter, let us increase the length. That mean here we should note as the 61 it is, right? You say it is, we can take as a 61 like that. So second trial, second length I am taking, because here we need to say 2-3 readings, right? Like, yes, of course. Now the length is there. Again you measure by using a scale, meter scale, note down the till end of the bar as the 61. Now again you subtract the 61, that is minus 1, then we'll get the 60. Again you do the same experiment, you pull a side and release it and count the 20 oscillation. For the 20 oscillation, note down the time period. So that for the 20 oscillation, again use the stop clock and note it as the reading is, you say it is a 30 we are getting time, and second trial also of course we are getting a 31 or something. So you take the average value, it may be 30.5, like small t by cap 20, no? So that you say 30.5 by 20 you take. So it may be approximately we are getting the value is 1.5. Then t square you take, whole square, no? This may be, it is on and average we may get a 3 point, I mean to say t square, no? It is like it is. Look at here, it is we are getting here, the answer is for t square is 2.325. Then here again L by t square you write 60 by 2.325. Again you write as the 25 point something we are getting. Like that here we should repeat the experiment for 2-3 readings. For 2-3 readings or 4 readings, 5 readings, whatever it is. So after knowing this, you find the average value, because we should know the average value, no? Because we are taking the small g and L by t square you find. Then after knowing a value of 1, so that here you substitute here. Now I am showing the calculation, because now we know for one value I am giving, that is about a length 50 length. So the value of L by t square 23.78, no? Now here you substitute the value, then what happens we'll see. Let us see. Right. So now take the calculation. Calculation part is very important in the practical examination. That is, here it is g dash we are finding now. It is equal to 4 into pi square value we know 9.8. L by t square is you take as 23 point, that is approximately 78, right? So that you multiply this. See, we may get the final answer is approximately it is g dash is equal to, it is maybe, it is in centimeter per second square we are doing, that is 9.9779 centimeter per second square, because we are taking in centimeters, no, length is we are taking in the centimeters only. Suppose you need to write in meters, g dash is equal to 9.97 it is approximately, or you want to say in the same 9.97 it is meter per second square. Now we need to find a average value or the percentage error, no, so that delta g by g into 100 is equal to, here you write g 9.8, or else in terms of 980 you want to say in centimeters, 980 centimeter per second square it is, so that here you write that is about a 980, no, 980 minus 997 by again 980 into 100 you take, then you simplify this, we may get the approximately value is, it is approximately 980, no, 997, no, so that as 17.19 by, it is 980 into 100. So you do the calculation, we may get the 1.815 percentage of error. We are getting the error is like this. By using, and at this place in our college, the acceleration due to gravity, how much error is there? 1.815 error is there. Average value we know 9.8 on the earth surface, that is the average value, on and average value it is. Is it clear now? So that it is acceleration due to gravity, to find acceleration due to gravity as well as the percentage error in the measurement, we can take a like this. So by using this one experiment it is, see here it is one experiment, as well as also we need to draw a graph by using these values. Okay, this is about the acceleration due to gravity at this place, and we need to draw a graph, that is L by d square graph here we need to draw. So that there is another question is there on the basis of same. So again here we need to draw the graph, that is LT square graph is one, as well as L by t square graph also we need to draw. So these are the two questions are there. The graph will get LT square graph will get, it is a straight line of course, L and t square, L we know, simultaneously t square also we know. Use these values and plot a graph. The graph will be, we can take as the at a given place, that L by t square graph, and as well as the seconds pendulum of length also we can. Seconds pendulum is nothing but a length of the pendulum. You take a length of the pendulum at a given place, and seconds pendulum is nothing but a whose time period is equal to 2 seconds. So that the time we know, the length will know, then you substitute again the same, get a values by using the pendulum. This is the one experiment related to our practicals of simple pendulum by using this experiment. Of course, I will show you the graph also, that is L and t square graph I am showing now, L and t square graph. Right. So that your graph will be LT square graph. You need to draw the LT square graph, that is time is taken t square and length of the pendulum is taken on the like this, or you want to say reverse also no problem. So LT square graph, no, better you take, this is a L you take and t square here you take, because it is depends, no, like this. So by using these values we may get the graph will be like this, which is the straight line which passes through the origin. Okay, length, here x units you take as a x unit, 1 unit is equal to 10 centimeters, and y unit you take as the 5 into 10 power minus 1 seconds square it is. So by using this, see that it is will get the graph will be like this, and by using this also we can get the length of the pendulum by taking the slope. Therefore the length of the pendulum will be equal to OA. OA is the length of the pendulum. Suppose you draw like this, it is represented as this. So seconds pendulum length we can get pendulum length by using the graph will get the OA, seconds pendulum length it is. So this is about what it is related to the graph. Clear? And these are this is the experiment related to the simple pendulum experiment. Thank you very much. You go through this video and we'll see in the next class. Thank you.